What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part 28 of my Total Warhammer II modded Arkhan the Black campaign. So as we saw last time, we have declared war on Khalida and are poised to attack her, which we will be doing in several seconds. And we've already taken the first territory belonging to her in Krad Tommen over here with the ghouls, and we'll be taking Misty Mountain as well before moving onward to try to get to the desolation of Nagash and Nagashazar. I think that King Walkoff could grab all that stuff, because if he can't grab the Karakate Peaks territory for us, then it's not like he needs to be all the way over here once all the threats are out of the way. Oh, hello. Knights of Khalidor are here. I wonder if there are Skaven and Spite Peak, though, because if they are, taking Misty Mountain might mean the Skaven get to attack us, and there is a lot of Skaven corruption here from buildings and commandments. But not in the same territory. It could be a bunch of Undercities here as well. Kind of hard to say. What we probably need to do is we need to send some scout units out here to try to figure out what we're dealing with. And, okay, there's another full stack of the Crooked Moon Mutinous Gits here. Are they going to go for Karakazgal? Maybe. Could they take it with a half a stack? I don't think so. I think we'll be good either way. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do then is to move you, Mr. Walkoff, all the way out here. Yeah, it's going to suffer a little bit of attrition, but I don't think there's a stack here, which means he should be just fine. I mean, I guess it's risky in case there's a full 2 Clan War stacks here, but it doesn't look like it, and then we'll auto-resolve Misty Mountain for ourselves. There's also the stack of Beastmen here, but I think we can ignore them. I doubt they're going to randomly declare war on us when we are the #1 strength rank faction here. Alrighty, and I believe with that we are good to go to attack Khalida. We also have several armies that are very, very close to being good to go. King Lamazash's ludicrous Ushabti army is almost done. 2 turns remaining before they head to Sartosa and get that sweet freaking wine for us. As I said before, I might get a couple Bone Giants in here, but we don't have the buildings or the cash for them yet. And I guess we're going to have to wait for that. In addition to that, King Setup's army is just about good to go with their Tomb Guard and Necropolis Knight theme. They are only missing their Regiment of Renown Necropolis Knights, which we will get as soon as we get the 110 Canopic or 109 Canopic Jars that we are missing. You, King Rakash, are also almost done. Just got to get a few more units in here, and they are being constructed by King Thutep in Khemri, which we will trade and then probably move King Thutep back to where he needs to go. And the reason we're moving him up here is that he can sail out of Xandria and immediately go around gathering as many islands as possible. There's like quite a few in this region alone. And I suppose if Lamazash needs help with Sartosa, although frankly I really doubt that he does, we could send him out there as well. And then Ketaskov is moving all the way back here. Obviously he's a temporary lord until we get an replacement of... who's the last one left? Alright, Alcazar II. So the thing with Alcazar II is I believe he buffs up chariots and tomb barks. Arkhan can't build those, so that makes this lord relatively useless, I feel. Is he gonna still be better than a generic lord? Yeah, we're still gonna get him in here. Maybe we'll... Maybe we'll make him another vampiric lord. Maybe more ghosts and stuff like that. I'm not sure yet, because if we can't use chariots, I do wonder... Will it count the Mortis engine to his buffs? I really doubt it, because his chariot buffs seem specific to Tomb King chariots, but it would be nice if the Mortis engine got some buffs. Anyway, we do still have to build a couple of these defiled temples of Assyrian, or the next level of it, whatever it's called, the corrupted necropolis, in at least 2 places, just so that we can get 2 freaking Mortis engines. Otherwise, we can only get 1, and I think Arkhan deserves to have 2 in his army. Speaking of Arkhan, it's time. Khalida, you have a really weak stack here, and the garrison here isn't that strong either, so we're going to send out Arkhan by himself without his supporting army. And let's get to it. Not even going to use these guys to assault the garrison or anything, just want to see a nice little battle. Maybe we can have the 2 duel. And yeah, see what I mean? Oh wow, what the hell happened to you, Khalida? Was this the Skaven? Did the Skaven destroy your faction? Ouch. Alright, well, let's do it. Alrighty, here we go. The battle against Khalida's frankly pretty weak stack, but hey, what can you do? It's all she could muster at this stage in the game somehow. Sorry, Khalida, but I don't think anybody's going to be bringing you Neferata's head. Let's check out her model though. Still one of my favorite legendary lords, and just really fun to play. I love the mass Serpent armies, and did they spawn their Scarab Swarm on top of their own army? Wait, what the hell? What is this? What am I seeing here? I don't know what's up with this. It just looks like the game's freaking out. I take it that can't hurt allies, judging by this. But okay, well that's not a good look for the AI. So let's just check out how our army is set up. Obviously, we've got our Vanguard deployed ghost units on the flanks here, and we have our non-ghost units in the center, primarily because they're going to be protecting the caskets, which are going to be wrecking those basic units there. Now, this is kind of a funny matchup to me, because all of these units are all basic. And it's because of the fact that they're basic that the care rates aren't really so good against them. I mean, they still dish out a decent amount of damage, but they don't show themselves to be as good as they possibly could be, whereas they would be against a more threatening, more elite unit. It's kind of unfortunate for them, but hey, there it is. Anyway, I did sort of get what I wanted here, which is Khalida dueling Arkhan, although Khalida did go for Snuggles first, and Snuggles took a pretty heavy hit on that first strike. But fortunately, he jumps away, or burrows away, to go after the Tomb Prince there, and then these two can have the battlefield to themselves. There we go. On this side, we have an enemy Ushabti unit, their most elite unit, I think, unfortunately for them, other than Khalida herself, who is going to be fighting the Osirian's Legion of the Underworld and the Karen race. And you can see how these guys aren't really taking any damage at all, but they're absolutely destroying the Ushabti, as compared to over here, where the Chariots did a pretty damn insane amount of damage to these regular Karen Wraiths, and the Nehekharan Horsemen did a fair amount to the Hex Wraiths as well. I'm actually surprised at how much damage the Karen Wraiths took to a non-magical, regular physical damage Chariots so fast. They should still be resisting a pretty crazy amount of damage there. The enemy artillery was also, unfortunately for the enemy AI, spawned on this side, so they are absolutely getting wrecked. Arkhan, in the meantime, is going to continue to duel Khalida, although I don't think this really favors Arkhan, but let's just watch for a little while. Zombies are kind of in the way, but they're just dying from the splash attacks, aren't they? Alright, and it looks like they're about evenly matched. Arkhan took a little bit more damage, but unfortunately, Skeleton Spearman decided to interfere, and Khalida is going to charge into Whites of Stonewrath Tarn now, who I'm going to move in to support Arkhan just because of this dual interference. Not very honorable, Khalida. You should know better. And over here, the Ushabti have been absolutely destroyed by the pile of ghost units, which is not surprising. One of these ghost units would have destroyed them just fine, and we had 3 in here at the end of the day. The enemy range units also got destroyed by the Hex Wraiths, who are now going to charge the regular Nehekharan warriors, bowl them all away, and deal about 25% damage on the charge. Pretty darn good. And the enemy main host, the middle of the pack here, is all basically annihilated due to the Caskets of Souls, who are about to stop firing, in fact, because they no longer really need to. Arkhan is still chasing around Khalida, but she's hurt him quite a bit more now, although I feel like maybe that was the Spearman that hurt him. Huh. I wouldn't think that the Spearman would hurt him that much, but she's also stuck in the Whites of Stonewrath Tarn now, who are preventing her from moving away, and a few of them have been killed, so once again, impressive. And we also have one of our units moving back to try to support the army, mostly because everything here is dead. And oh, nice little legionary barrage there. That did a lot of damage to these poor Hex Wraiths, looks like, because I really doubt that it was the Nehekharan warriors that hurt them that much. All of these Karen Wraiths are still quite hurt. I was actually fairly impressed with this one unit of Nehekharan warriors. They kept both of these units back for a very, very long time, until I eventually decided to move the Hex Wraiths around and rear charge them. On the other hand, this portion of the battle of the western flank has all been destroyed. The range units have all been killed by hex rates, and it's basically just chaff infantry and Khalida left now. So I guess we can watch that duel. Nice explosion from Khalida, mowing down the Whites of Stone Rathtarn. Of course, they have so much armor and resistance that it doesn't actually do much damage to them, but at least it looks nice and knocks everybody back. And she's going to run out of here again. Looks like great mass on that unit, since it can just get out of formations whenever the hell it wants. And now we are just going to try to surround her, just to try to pin her down and stop her from moving away. Arkhan the Black has a massive amount of buffs, and he is going to get supported by our caster, as well as the Whites, to try to trap their lord. And I believe everything else is just about ready to crumble, because there's really not much to the stack. We were obviously expecting that. That was obvious before we even started the battle, that they had absolutely no kind of a chance here. So let's just see who gets the kill here, shall we? And there's the crumbling. You can see the effect. Oh, that was an accident. Whoops. Probably did more to our own Whites of Stone Rathtarn with the caskets than anything the enemies did, but that's par for the course for this campaign, to be perfectly honest. And I really needed, I swear I turned that off too. Killed a bunch of hex rates. I wonder if I probably misclicked and told them to fire again, because I didn't tell them to halt while they were being attacked by the Ushabti that were obviously summoned right on top of them, and they were protected by the Nehekaran warriors. And Khalida should be just about to fall. There we go. Down goes the Necro Serpent, and down goes the Queen of Serpents, or the Serpent Queen. And I believe that's it for this battle. We are all going to rampage because of the Curse of Joff, but there it is. Not much of a battle, but hey, Arkhan really deserved to put Khalida out of her vampire-hating misery herself. Alrighty, there we go. So ends the reign of the Serpent Queen, or at least temporarily, while we destroy the rest of her faction. Credit where it's due, though. Khalida is a hell of a fighter. I mean, damn. Not only did she manage to basically, well, solo Arkhan quite easily, which admittedly is not a huge, is not a super high bar because he's not a great melee fighter, but she still managed to do 22k damage and get 90 kills on top of all that, still beating Arkhan, although of course she didn't have the summons contributing just like he did, but still, pretty damn good. Was impressed there. Too bad we couldn't confederate her. Let's see what we get in terms of kills. So by Mothrock, and what trait do we get for this? Wait, Acolyte of Sokth. Income from all buildings. Yeah, we're gonna put that on our money-making guy. Khalida, Never Living. Charge bonus when in foreign territory. More rep with the vampire counts. Swell. We clearly needed that one. Okie dokie. Storm of Necromancy. Huh. So wait, if you have like 8 lords all defeat Khalida for her trait, are you telling me you could get like 200 rep with the vampire counts just off of that? That seems kind of obnoxious, but interesting. Not that we really needed a Arkhan, but hey, for future. Now, SFO has this thing, maintenance. I've always wondered, if we do this... Oh, it does actually increase our money, but only by about 100, which makes it not really worth the point, does it? Negative effects, all source of income minus 1%. Really, 1% of all our source of income is only 100? You know, somehow I doubt that. I can't possibly be right. That's really odd. But okay, sure. Let's see, what else does it do? Effect is additive. Huh, I swear there was another thing in there. Or at least there used to be another thing in there. Or maybe that's with Throg, it's a little bit different. Anyway, it doesn't really matter because we're not putting a point in it anyway. You, my friend, have leveled up 34. You are almost out of points. Do we go for Potent or do we leave it? That's the important thing. I mean, I guess the +3 weapon strength for armies is not bad. It really isn't. But then we miss out on a lot of good stuff here, don't we? That's another 8... +8 winds of magic that we could get out of the winds of time. And then we could buff up all of these things. We already have maxed out Neri's Incantation of Protection, which is the best spell here. We probably should get Ceremonial Bandages just in case you get focused by range stuff, though. But we need to spend 4 or 5 points here, so well, it'll take us to 39, won't it? Or 38 if we count this one. Oh, man. Is it worth it just to have the +3 magic to all armies? I mean, we do have a lot of Lich Priests out there. Will we ever need to use Assyrian's Incantation of Vengeance? Pretty unlikely. I'll probably never use it. Traw's Incantation of Smiting, the Righteous Smiting, though, very possible. We have used a couple of Sandstorms, and the Desiccation is also not bad. What is it at level 1? It's at -25 for 45 seconds. Oh, you get an increased area effect. That might be useful, especially for the cost, so we probably should put a point in there and in here. Man. You know what, let's get the missile resistance first, just because these guys are super fragile, and then I'll think about what to do with the rest of our points. I almost wish we could take points out of replenished troops, but it's okay. Okay, so Mahrok is ours. We do have the Skaven settlement here, which I guess we're gonna 5,000. Never mind. Well, I wasn't gonna raise it either. I didn't realize that it cost that much. Okay, Funerary District. I guess we don't really need it here. But you know what? Keep it here for one turn. We'll destroy it later. Well, let's head onward to Lamia itself. Take it. And let's see. That is, I believe, everything that we need to do this turn, in fact. There is another little army down here, and Rezetra has walls, but I feel like this is going to be auto-resolvable. In fact, are these the only territories Khalida has? 4 settlements, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, she's going to be dead this episode. And I think the rest of the battles are going to be auto-resolves, unfortunately. But on the bright side, that'll allow us to move on to the last defenders, to try to grab Nagashazar for ourselves, and for... I guess we still have to destroy Teotihuacan as well. I guess we'll go for Teotihuacan first. Look at all these plagues everywhere, too. Okay, well, we're gonna be fine. I think let's end the turn here, because I don't believe there's anything else right now. Now, I wonder how the Knights of Kalador feel about us. Will we have to fight with them, or no? Doesn't look like anybody's doing anything interesting. Warriors of Chaos are actually losing strength, so it does seem like that they're losing armies fighting the Empire, or whatever the hell it is they're doing up there. Trespassers due to Beastmen, yeah, it's not surprising. And growth versus casualty replenishment rate, I reinforce the word. Screw the growth. Screw the growth. We've already had that text, so we don't have to read it again. Alright, you check Spike Peak. Is there something here? Where are you going, Crooked Moon Mutinous Gits? Are you gonna try to grab Krad Tommen? Will they be able to grab Krad Tommen? I don't care. I don't care, game. Let's see. What do we have here? Oh, yeah, this is not going to be able to defend against this stack. Don't tell me they're gonna take it with these 4 lords. That's really annoying, and I don't think we can catch up to this guy either. Wait, can you... Oh, you're a Lich Priest. Damn, I was hoping somebody that could block this army. You're here. You can block armies, right? Okay, you're going to preemptively move right here. Frankly, what's probably going to happen is they're going to jump, like, right here. And then they're going to be close enough to Krad Tommen anyway. But I guess temporarily, just try to build the Desert Lookout, and we should also probably upgrade Death Gorge. Although, we do have another priority here. Wizard Caliph's Palace, we need to get the Corrupted Necropolis up and running. There we go, so that's good. Let's also start recruiting whatever the hell we can here, and I guess let's get some more Cairn Wraiths. Not that we really need them, but we can put them in some other army. I don't have enough Ghosty Boys. Alright, Rakash, you keep moving up here. Okay, you're in a good place. These guys, oh right, we need a Death Priest for Rakash. I completely forgot about that. So, we got a Treacherous Death Priest. Okay, well, we have to hire the Treacherous Death Priest. Wait, who do we have here? We have a Wise Lich Priest of Light, who's ready for combat. We have a Treacherous Nehekara Lich Priest. And we have, what are you? We have another Treacherous Nehekara Lich Priest, but you're at rank 9, so I guess what we do is we disband the first Treacherous Lich Priest. Disband. We'll replace you with the... we'll replace you with this one for the Scorpion army. Still not sure which army is going to be the Scorpion army. We're working on it. We're working on it. You are going to be a combat priest, so let's get you actual spells. Points will get you Canopic Jar Holder, Power Sap, just in case. You can start on your Skeletal Steed, and I guess we push forward towards Evasion. Probably should have spent one less point in Powers. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Aspect of the Dread Knight. What would be good for Scorpions? Honestly, they're so hard to kill, it doesn't really matter what we get here. Soul Blight is a great spell, and it doesn't cost too much. Aspect of the Dread Knight also, but I feel like... I mean, the leadership could help. Would we prefer debuffing the enemy or buffing our guys with leadership so that they don't... so that they don't rout? Or debuffing the enemy's leadership. I feel like the minus 22 leadership off Doom and Darkness is not worth it. I feel like I'd rather have the Soul Blight in there. Honestly, Soul Blight's probably the best middle ground we have out of all these spells, so let's just use this. Max it out. Besides, I feel like we're going to be using Spirit Leech and Fate of Biuna and Purple Sun a lot more than any of these basic spells anyway. Especially because these aren't the... I mean, I guess we'll get a point in Aspect of the Dread Knight regardless, because it's a cheap spammable spell. It's just a lot less spammable when you get the upgraded version. I mean, still 10 Winds of Magic, so it's not horrible. Anyway, you're going to be part of this. We're going to need another Death Priest, however. And not a Wrathful one. Somebody with something a little bit better. And not Treacherous, obviously, but this guy. Your army needs more. Now you, one more turn and you're ready to go, Lamazage. You've been waiting a long time, buddy. Ooh, and you leveled up for maximum level Ushabti strength. Perfect. Just as we're about ready to go. Alright, so that'll happen next episode. I wonder if we can hit Sartosa in the same episode. That would be ideal. Oh, they do have another army out here. That's adorable. Unfortunately, it looks so weak. I'm assuming we can just auto-resolve it. What about you? I do wonder. Maybe we don't need this army to follow Arkhan here. Because we do have to protect Mothrock, so let's try this. Let's get King Kura set up right out here. Try to set up the ambush. Maybe one of these guys will try to go for this place, and then King Kura will help defend. In the meantime, Arkhan, try to go for this. Wait, can you block this army? You can only assault units. I guess you could assault units. Oh, look, they're rebuilding another army here as well. Okay, wait, let's assault you. And it's a failure. All that for nothing. What can you do? You can hinder replenishment, so nothing. Okay, well, Arkhan tried anyway. I'm assuming this army's going to move away, but it's all good. We should still be able to take him out next turn. Plus, I guess we could take Lybaras in a single turn anyway. And yeah, you're going to move. But then what are you going to do? Are you going to go protect Lybaras? Or are you going to try to March stance and go all the way to try to retake Mothrock? That's also a possibility. What can you do? You're also a Lich Priest. Okay. Damn, okay, so there's not much we can do in this turn. You, however, are going to free take Misty Mountain. And auto-resolve that. Nobody should be dead. That is yours, occupied. And we do have enough Canopic Jars to max out the army that is getting the Tomb Guard and stuff. So that's perfect. You also leveled up, didn't you? Yeah, okay. We will also go for Worship of Fox as we usually do. You. What are you gonna level up? I still don't know what to do about your red line, but we don't really get anything out of any of this except for Ancient Stone for the Dune Rider for the Sepulchral Stalkers rather. Not a bad buff either. Physical resistance and armor. Well, I guess we go for Tomb Strike for now. I guess he does need to fight them. Oh wait, are we? Whoa! We're in here now. Oh, I guess we gotta go repel the Vagabonds. Okay, so we'll do that. I don't really care about the capacity for Skeleton Archers, but all armies faction-wide, a +4 melee attack. That's not bad. When in Desert. All armies faction-wide. Ooh, buffs for all Necropolis Knights. Swell. I wish that it included Sepulchral Stalkers. I guess we can do the Strength of the First Dynasty. And we have been suffering a little bit of attrition, so minus 25% casualties for all armies faction-wide isn't too bad either. Let's see, your Lich Priest. Mortuary Cultist, Incantation Preservation. We use Barona's Time Warp quite a bit. So we should probably keep leveling it. Yeah, all right. Let's level Barona's top. Oh wait, we don't have a single level in Net of Amantok. I guess we got to get the net. And I probably want to get at least 1 point in Light of Battle as well. All right, we'll have to be careful with your points. There might not be enough to spread around. Okay, and I believe that's everyone, unless I'm mistaken. King Setep, actually, you have to move. You are going to go fight the last defenders, so let's keep sending you on over there. And we need to just make 5k, which will happen next turn, which we will turn into your Regiment of Renown, which will be lovely. What are we doing in terms of research rate here? We got 211, and we're going for Architecture of the White Palace. Yeah, I should probably get some of these as well. I don't really care about the sacking settlements thing, but I guess free rep is free rep. What else are we looking at? We might also need to get one of these for Lich Priests. Just to get that extra Death Priest, because we're maxed out on them. Yeah, we really need more Canopic Jars, don't we? Okay, well that's fine. And is that everybody that we need to move? Let's just double check once again. Lamazash is good. Saketka the Architect. I was going to give you this guy. There you go. Make even more money here. Oh, speaking of money, we are now at 3k in Black Tower of Arkhan, and we can go more once we get these refurbished workshops up, which we'll probably do next turn. So that's lovely. You're recruiting as well, so you don't need to do anything. We should probably build some stuff here. You know what? Oh, this is already maxed out. Damn, I was going to build another one of these things for Screaming Skull Catapults. We can build a Royal Burial Chamber here, though. Get another one of these Bone Giants. This increases their rank, their numbers by 1 only. But it does generate 3 Canopic Jars per turn, so that's still very, very much worth it. Now, you're going to run out of local recruitment because there's really nothing to locally recruit here, is there? You basically have to go through global. Well, that's a shame, but I guess you're going to meet up with this army anyway. Alright, so what's on the turn? There's probably some heroes that we can... Oh, you know what? Let's go to... let's see what's going on in Nagashazar. You, go here. Oh, you're going to be... okay, fine. Next turn, you can see what's going on in Nagashazar. Hello, Clanician. Okay, so maybe Clanician is here. If they're there, I guess we're going to have to declare war on them fairly early. And by early, I mean before we're up there and ready to kill them all. Oh, looks like Eataine and Avalord are no longer fighting.
Petty politics do not concern.
Let me guess, Clanician, you want a non-aggression pact? Yes, you do, but you're not going to get it. Well, after we attack... Oh, please don't tell me that Nagashazar is empty and they're going to try to go into Nagashazar. It's okay, the ghouls can deal with this game, and I think.
Your reach grows yet further, great lord. Your endless victories are changing the very fates themselves. The world falls before your incredible power.
Yes, sure it does, buddy. You guys might have noticed a little bit of a cut there. Unfortunately, I did the whole cut thing that I do when trying to fight cinematic battles, and I forgot to save, so then I had to go back, and it was really annoying. This is what I get for playing late. Oh well. At least there wasn't much missed. It was right before this battle with Lybaras, which we're going to do in a few seconds. Now, we got a lot of money, and you know what? I guess I could spend it between the episodes. There's still a fair few things left to do, though. We should probably move you, King Walkoff. I mean, Spike Peak is going to probably fall to these guys, right? Oh, you know what we can do, though? We can go right here and spend that sweet 5k to get that Mortuary Cult, Venom and Knights of Asaf. Here we go. Alright, perfect. And then you guys are going to be ready to fight the last defenders. Lovely. Army complete. Okay, you guys get to go, and I believe this army is complete as well. Okay, the snowballing is starting now. Beautiful. You go out there. You can now mix and match with this army. And you two better not interfere with each other's paths. Okay, you're good. And, oh, you did interfere. No, you didn't. Okay. Freak myself out there for a second. Okay, so here's what I wanted. I wanted to take 2 Zanri Black Shields and then change them up with 2 Bright Shields and 2 Golden Host of Mahrok, like that. The Golden Host of Mahrok are Nehekara warriors, but they're shielded, and they still get benefits from from Sun-Scorched Bones, so that doesn't matter. And then this will be fine. This will be our melee line here. We're going to get a mage in here, and I think 2 Screaming Skull Catapults as well. In the meantime, this army is going to be like this, with regards to its melee line, as well as some Kemrian War Sphinxes, and probably a bunch of Lords. Why Lords? This guy doesn't really buff anything up, but he does... Oh, wait, when defending, blah, 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 it's this. Melee attack plus 10 for Lords and Embedded Heroes, which means we should try to embed at least some, because it doesn't really buff up anything else otherwise. Now, we could... Wait, so the regular Tomb Kings also have the gods that they can worship, right? So you can go for Geheb to buff the Ushabti even more. Whereas you... Oh, damn, we're gonna have to choose between Tomb Guard and Knights, aren't we? Oh, wait. You don't have the... you can't choose a god. Oh, that's disappointing. Really? Why? What happened, Setep? Is it just because he's a caster? I guess it's because he's a caster. Huh. Well, that's unfortunate. Let's just double check what he's missing out on. So let's see, that's Ushabti, this is Tomb Guard, 5 melee defense. Okay, well, that's not horrible. That's the only thing, and I guess some leadership. That's fine. I guess you can live without that. Missile strength plus 25 for Caskets of Souls. That's nice. And missile strength plus 15 for Skeleton Archers and Sepulchral Stalkers. Huh. Wait, who has the... You have... Wait. You have it. So you can still get the buff for the Skeleton Archers, I guess. Because none of the other ones are really worth it for you. Although the ward save plus... Wait, ward save plus 8 when in foreign territory for Lord's Army. Wait, are you telling me that every single unit gets a plus 8 ward save? That's pretty damn good. I'm actually thinking that that's actually better than the Tra buff for the Tomb Guard. Yeah, why would you even bother with the Tra buff when you can... Why would you want 5 melee defense when you can get plus 8% ward save? Like, the tax rate and the enemy siege holdout time doesn't matter at all, but... well, whatever. Whatever, that doesn't matter. You guys are done here. I will still have to get a Lich Priest. A Treacherous Lich Priest. Okay, finally. That's a Dutch Priest of Death, which means we are going to delete... Wait, did I already do that? I'm now lost on which Lich Priests I've gotten, which priests I haven't. Okay, so yeah, you're at rank 9, and you are what? Oh, there's another Treacherous. Okay, I did that last turn. It's because of the cut I'm confused as to what I did now. You... It's ironic that they got another Lich Priest of Death that's treacherous, but unfortunately that's not the one that we need into this army. We'll need another Lich Priest of Death with a better buff. I'll have to consider these guys as well. You know what? I'll probably consider those guys between the episodes because we're going to run out of time. We still have battles to fight. We also have to spend our 10k, but I don't remember what I was going to spend it on. We could upgrade this to get more hex rate. Or we could go for money here. Nah, we should probably go for money. Oh, wait. Black Tower Arkhan. Let's get these two as well. There you go. Buff up the cash. You're already at 3k, and you're going to hopefully be at like 3,500 or something like that soon. And I believe that's all the cash we have remaining. We do have to check Nagash's are here, however. And there we go, it's Clannish in here indeed, but we can send the ghouls out there, presuming that these guys don't go for Misty Mountain. So you know what? Just start moving out as quick as you can. Go right there. Walk off. You can retake Nagashazar. Ghouls will... Oh, wait, can he retake Nagashazar? That's, that might be a tall order, especially since we now know that, that Crypt Ghouls, or the Crypt Horrors can't really attack gates, but I guess we can use the Spokal Stalkers to do it again. Really depends on if these guys manage to build up a full stack here or not. And let's see, how much territory do they have? Only 1, okay, so these guys are dead. Let's level you up and then let's attack. You can go into damage walls, I think. Oh. Nah, just go for the Canopic Jar Holder. I mean, the damage walls will probably help if we actually attack this with the ghouls, but until then, we will take Arkhan, and we're going to move down here and we're going to attack Lybaras. And that should be about it for this episode once we do this battle. Now... Really? Why? Okay, well this is just the auto-resolve being insane right here. They really think that this is better than this? Okay. Okay, good luck with that. Let's do it.
Harvest their souls.
Alrighty, now this is probably going to be the biggest battle that we ever get against the court of Lybaras, simply because they will most likely be unable to recover any of their armies after this one is destroyed. It is, after all, bigger than Khalida's army, and I don't believe I saw any other armies in either Rosetta or Lamia. So, here's what we got in terms of setup. The main enemy host is behind a choke point. Weirdly enough, that's actually going to be to their advantage instead of to ours, because we won't be able to bring our fast-moving units or our cavalry to bear, or use our vanguard deployment to get on their side of the map, as the vanguard deployment does not allow you to go past this canyon or dried-out river, or whatever the hell that is supposed to be. Is it even dried out? Yeah, okay, that looks like sand, so it looks pretty dried out to me. Now, over here we have a small amount of reinforcements spawning, and we are going to use our vanguard deployment, at least for that, to get all our ghosts surrounding these basic units, as well as this one single Tomb King, and just destroy them. I mean, they have no chance against this, and... at least they won't be able to rear charge our main force. On the other hand, we also have to try to do our best to not get our whites or our maybe even snuggles killed by the Ushabti with Great Bow, which are the most threatening units that the enemy has. You can see that Snuggles is already taking a lot of damage here just from a couple of volleys, and we've seen before that the Ushabti with Great Bow do a lot of damage to the whites as well, despite their missile resistance, most likely because of the fact that they do splash damage. I believe it's been a long time since we fought any of them, but we should probably see how effective they are once again in a few seconds. I mean, if the fact that Snuggles has gone down to half HP before even getting to their line isn't enough already. So here we go. It looks like the enemy army is going to move forward towards us, and we are going to send our basic skeleton warriors and zombies forward to try to distract them while our siege moves in. Our Whites of Stone Rantarn are unfortunately going to get focused down by the enemy ranged units, i.e. their Ushabti with Great Bow, as well as their Screaming Skull catapults, and they are taking quite a lot of damage. Looks like they've dropped to 66% HP and almost 50% rather HP already. So definitely threatening. I'm immediately using a single invocation of the Heck as well as an air incantation of protection on this particular unit just to try to keep it alive, and at this point I decide that it would probably be better to actually move our units in instead of keeping them back, just because the enemy won't be able to fire as easily on our own units if their units are sort of in front of them and blocking them. Really the only way to stay safe here is to be engaged in combat. And you can see another one of our units of Whites of Stone Rantarn gets wrecked into below 50% HP while the other one was being healed up, so definitely dangerous. On the bright side, while all that is happening, we also have our artillery firing, and a lot of their units are also dropping quite quickly. This unit of skeleton archers is basically dead. You can see a bunch of enemy units are at half or below HP, and a couple a little bit over. The enemy lord has finally fallen. I kind of missed that animation, but I guess that it happened really fast, because it did get surrounded by all our ghost units, and our ghost units did suffer a little bit of damage, but not enough to worry about. They will heal just off the Realm of Souls, probably by the time that they approach our main formation, or the main side of the battlefield. Let's watch some of the fighting, I guess. I mean, I don't really want to watch the artillery go back and forth anymore, because we've seen plenty of that. Although it's still some nice shots in there. I've obviously retargeted the enemy artillery as well as the enemy archers, just because we don't want to target the melee units, as they would damage our own Whites of Stone Rantarn, who've already taken a fair amount of a beating this particular battle. Now they are fighting the Ushabti, which they're fairly decent against. I mean, you can see that the Whites on this side of the battlefield are not nearly as hurt as the other ones. They've only lost a single model, in fact, and it looks like Snuggles is actually healing quite a lot from our 2 Realms of Soul. So far we saw that he was at half HP, and now he's back at like 80%, so really quite nice there. Enemies are launching some Screaming Skulls at our Hex Wraiths already, huh? That was a good retarget here. I mean, our Hex Wraiths did blob up to try to kill the Ushabti spawn here, so we are going to have to get them the heck out of there. Or should I say, heck out of there, ha ha ha. Before they take too much damage to those Screaming Skulls. Fortunately, now that the Whites are engaged, they're not really under threat nearly as much anymore, and they can calmly just fight the enemy spears. Oh, looks like some Chariots are charging into the formation here. And we are about to get support from our Hex Wraiths as well, and we do need to try to engage with them as well. I don't remember how much damage the Ushabti with Great Bow can actually do to the Hex Wraiths because of their resistance, but I don't believe they fire on them in this particular battle, so it's not like we can find out. And oh, this is technically, well, I guess it's the second last Tomb King faction that we have left. There we go. The charges from the Hex Wraith coming in. The second last because we still have the exiles of the heck out there somewhere, presuming that they don't die before we send somebody over there. Although so far, I don't really care about them at all. Can't even really see the Whites of Stone Tarn anymore just because of the effects as well as the Hex Wraiths in there. In fact, the battle's lagging a little bit, which is a little bit unusual considering we've had battles with many, many more units. Oh, it might just be the effect though, and zooming into it. And wow, the zombies are actually doing a fairly decent job at pushing forward, distracting a lot more units. Look at this. The tar pit has certainly grown in size over here, and we also have the side here opened up, which is allowing our ghost units to sort of flank from here. Although the pathing is really weird here. There's some destroyed stuff here, but it forces units to go around it anyway for some bizarre reason. And oh, that's probably not a good thing. I swear I turned that off, but apparently not. I swear, sometimes the caskets just have a mind of their own, and they just decide to start firing again. You see the arrows dropping on the sides, but we are killing all those range units. We also spawned our own Ushabti on top of the enemy artillery, even though the caskets were firing at them. They weren't really killing them fast enough for my taste. And oh, there we go. It looks like the enemies have started to debilitate, or at least these ones have. And oh, there's still some alive over here, but we're pretty good. I actually retargeted all of our artillery on a single unit of Ushabti with Great Bow. Not the best use for them, I will admit. But 3 caskets should still be able to take down a single unit of Ushabti, even without the benefit of doing a lot of splash damage. Let's see. Yeah, their HP is dropping. Even if they don't outright die, they will lose enough leadership to start crumbling, and then they'll just crumble to death. Oh, and that was an outright miss. Come on, Casket, you're better than this. But I believe the enemy army is just about done here. I'm really glad that the Ushabti aren't firing into this mass, or I guess they apparently aren't, because we're not taking a crazy amount of damage. I even used an invocation of Nehek on top of all of these bunches of units to try to heal them up, and that's doing it pretty swell for us. All of these Whites of Stone Tarn are over 50% HP now. And some of them are actually appear to be close to full HP, so yeah, they certainly healed up nicely despite the damage that they took. The enemy High Lich Priest, I probably should have tried to push somebody through to attack. I might have even actually done better by spawning our Ushabti on top of the Lich Priest and just had them kill him instead of attacking the artillery. But it's not like it matters. This battle is just about over, and it was a reasonably decent one. The Ushabti with Great Bow gave us at least a little bit of pause, unlike Khalida's army, where only Khalida herself gave us any kind of pause. And poor Snuggles, without the Necrotech to support him, he's a little bit less buff, and he doesn't have that Necrotech restoration ability that would allow us to heal him. And is that the last unit? Oh, there's a unit of skeleton chariots being chased here. The enemy lord is about to crumble away, and it's not like a single Lich Priest could do much against all of this types of units. You gonna die, buddy? I think he dropped dead there. It's kind of hard to tell. And there we go. We're just gonna try to chase down this chariot unit, but it's crumbling. Even if we can't catch it, it's just going to crumble as it gets away. Are the Karenites as fast as... I mean, oh, it's because they're moving uphill probably, because the Strider's allowing these guys to ignore it. But they're dropping to the debilitation anyway, so it doesn't matter. Oh, and the Hex Wraiths are coming as well. And the Hex Wraiths are certainly faster. Here we go. get a charge in there, and a bunch of chariots pop instantly, and it looks like this is the last one remaining, and down it goes. So much for Khalida's last decent force. Alrighty, well, the game may dub it a close victory, but it wasn't really that close. I will admit that it was a little bit closer than I thought it was going to be, just by virtue of the Knights of Stonewrath Tarn, or the Legion of Stonewrath Tarn, or rather taking a little bit more damage than normal due to the Great Bow Ushabti, who always do amazing. But other than that, nobody was really under threat, and it's not like we were close to losing, and most of the battle up front was without the benefit of the ghost units, who were too busy killing the tiny amount of reinforcements. I probably shouldn't have sent that many in that way, but that's okay. This one unit of Whites of Stonewrath Tarn, though, did so much damage. 143 kills and nearly 14k. The other ones didn't do nearly as much. I guess these guys were out front or something. And then all the hex rates did quite lovely as well. 17k, 15k, 18k. Yeah, great all across the board there. And yeah, obviously our range units still destroyed that. I feel like it was actually more difficult because of the choke point, because otherwise we would have been able to surround the enemy army with our Vanguard deployed ghosts. So that, I guess, made it interesting enough. A little bit more fun than the Khalida battle, for certain. Okie dokie, and now Lybaras is going to be ours, so much for that. Let's see what we're looking at here. I take it there's no special building here, though. Even though it is Lybaras. No, there is not. Which I find a little bit weird. But it's fine. We will delete this crypt barracks here. Now, we do have still two settlements remaining. They're gonna take at least 2 turns to get to, because we actually have to run there, and there is more administrative stuff to do, so I am going to call this episode here. Next time, we will destroy the last remaining forces of the Court of Lybaras and start moving south, probably to take Teotiqua, while the ghouls go up here to take Nagash. What I might do is actually just send Arkhan south alone, and then send King Hura, after he's done taking Rosetta, up north to support the ghouls. That might work out. Because it feels like the ghouls are going to need support to take Nagash, especially if there's going to be a full stack there. But I guess we'll find out. We will still be able to break the walls with the with our agent here, so it might not be necessary, but the warp bombs always worry me. I really would like to not lose units to warp bombs, just have to sit here and re-recruit them, but we should have all this area shored up in pretty short order. And further, since several of our armies are basically now ready to go, we should start moving out and getting the rest of the books of Nagash. We also have to think about which army to send up north for the Carrick 8 Peaks book. And it might be the new one. This army, as I said, is going into the sea. And this army, the Tomb Kings and Necropolis Knights army, is going into the Last Defender's place, which should be that book. Right after, hopefully, Arkhan defeats Kroggar himself with that sweet +10 melee defense buff, which will bring him up to 91, which is pretty nice. Anyway, those are all going to be problems for next time. So with that said, as always, I do appreciate any and all feedback with regards to the gameplay or the way I do things on this channel. If you have a second, please do take it to leave a like and a comment to support the channel. It really, really does help. As always, all glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.
My will be done.